High End Radio, we on the air. Who am I chopping it up with?
It's your girl Hazel baby from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood with Gucci.
What's good with it, baby girl? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm out here in Houston, Texas, home of the Trill.
Right.
Holding it down one time for my city
That's
before I
what's
get
up.
back to Cali and get it popping.
Yeah, 'cause you stay popping. Real talk. We gonna get right into it, man. Like I was speaking to you a second ago, I had some questions, but then I really dug a little deeper, and I'm like, damn, baby, you're amazing, sister. Real talk. So,
Thank you.
you've been a publicist for really big artists such as Gnarls Barkley, Eva,
Yes.
Twista. Go ahead and give us a little bit more background on that.
Well, yeah, I came in the game about 2006. I started doing PR, after I graduated college, and the first campaign that I got stuck on was the Gnarls Barkley campaign, and that was turning Danger Mouse and CeeLo Green into this new duo super group, and we had to figure out how we were going to make this different with this huge record they had called Crazy, and we got busy, we got to work, and they got 2 Grammy wins off that collaboration on our first go around, and it just like certified me in the PR game when you take a new group and a new thing and you turn it platinum and you get Grammys and stuff. So that's how I started, and after that I definitely was on Twisted's campaign at some point. Eva Pickford. I worked with Megan Good. I mean, my list goes on down to Idris Elba even hitting me up to do an event for him, and then turning it around and him asking me what I wanted to do, and he's like, Hazel, what would you like to do with your life, like outside of here? I wanna rap, I wanna do music, and I slid him a couple tracks like Valley Girl and a couple other ones, and he was rocking with it, and then he came on board to manage me, and we put out my first mixtape called the Shoe Fetish mixtape, and it was hosted and DJ'd by him, and I ain't never looked back ever since.
Man, you ain't lying about that, man, because I don't know. No disrespect, because you probably get this a lot. People watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and assumed, who the hell is Hazel E? You
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
then they have no clue that it was you who brought the idea to Mona from the Giddy Up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like me and Mona discussed it. She always wanted to come to Hollywood and do the show, but she was focused on, New York and Atlanta. And, when me and H.E.R were roommates, it was like one morning I woke up like, man, what if I, called up some people in L.A. and put this cast together and submitted it to her? Maybe we could, like, expedite the process and really show her that if you come out here, we can get busy. So I had, called up a couple of the people that I know that were, had actually made the cast, and a couple who decided not to do it as well. But we got the ball rolling, and then 1 year exactly later, like to the date when we had put it together, it was on TV and airing. So, it was one of those things that it was a good look and showed me that, I could be creative in all avenues, whether it was PR, TV, music, and I could get it going. I mean, I was an influential part in the whole Boondocks wave back in the day. I was a publicist for Aaron Magruder, and we took that from a comic strip and made that into a huge TV show.
Man,
So I knew I always had it in me. It's just about, putting it down on paper, getting it to who you need to get it to, and making it happen.
see, a lot of people don't understand, even though I have a lot of respect for the behind the scenes people. And your grind is like 10 times harder than the person on the forefront that you may happen to be grinding for, correct?
Man, all the time, because when stuff goes bad, you can understand. Like, I remember I was representing Tank, and he was one of my favorite clients ever. I mean, I remember one time he had a situation in New Orleans where he got tased, and this whole thing happened to him, and it was right after the Grammys. And I remember Barry Hankerson giving me that phone call, like, this just went down. It was probably like 3, 4 in the morning, and we need to clean this up before he gets to his court date and get our side out before the media takes it and makes it go left. So I'm grinding to get the story, to get the pieces together. So before he had to go and stand in front of a judge and jury to make sure his side was out and what he wanted to say was out before any public opinions could be made. So the grind on the other side is definitely just as hard, because you're responsible for an artist's image. You're responsible for what the media is going to say, which way they're going to spin it. And you have to be on it, because when the media gets the story, they might not get both sides. They're only going to get exactly what happened. And
Absolutely.
therefore, we saved Tank from that situation and going to jail and to some other stuff to really happen because he got to actually get his side out before it went completely left. So yes, the grind behind the camera is definitely, it's intense, and you don't get any sleep. You don't work. Your life becomes helping these people that are cutting these checks to keep their images, I'm not going to say squeaky clean because no one's completely perfect,
Right.
but at least getting a fair side so people can judge and not just get one side of the story. So it's work.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why man, people don't understand. They think it's all glitz and glory when it really ain't just that.
No, no, definitely it's not. It's work.
So let me ask you about Girl Code. What's up with Girl Code?
Well, Girl Code is my company that I incorporated. I came from Hazel H.E.R and Hazel Models when I was doing my independent PR thing. And Girl Code, actually, it was the name of my third mixtape that I put out.
Right.
And yeah, so it was the Girl Code mixtape, and from there, I just felt like it made such a splash that I wanted to own it because I'm about my Valley Girl infantry. I've always been a chick that represents for chicks. I'm a sorority girl. I pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha in college. So,
Ooh.
Girl Code is just like to me, it's a sisterhood of some sort in the industry. That there's a lot of women that have different hustles, whether you're a makeup artist, a hairstylist, a clothing designer, a chick that does facials or whatever. I wanted to create a company that could help represent these other ladies for their dreams that are just not trying to be models or actresses or whatever. And I wanted to be able to represent the people that are going out and working for their money. My tattoo artists. And I like to book them as well because there's a service industry, and Girl Code Inc. is the company that will be able to provide services. So if you come to LA and it's Grammy Award weekend, hey, I got makeup artists I can service you. I got hairstylists. You need fashion. I got this. I got that. And it's just a group of chicks that we go ahead and we represent these other people that don't necessarily have those big agents or access to, get their talents to be shown as well. And so therefore I'm not necessarily being responsible for any one person's image anymore.
Right.
It's just about providing service and getting it to the people, whether you need models, whether you need, girls for your video shoot. If you need whatever service you want, we have it over here and we're willing to provide it, for you. And that's what Girl Code Inc. is at this point, and that's how we're starting it off right now.
Boom. That's what's happening. I like that, man. I like that. Seriously. Okay, I'm about to switch reels. We about to get into this hip hop thing because Hazel Lee the rapper, Hazel Lee the rapper dope as fuck. I'm gonna keep that 100. And I was watching you with Ebro and Rosenberg,
Mm.
and they asked you to spit a verse. Now,
Yes, sir.
mind you, I'm sitting around saying, "Uh oh,"
Yikes.
and you killed it.
Thank you.
Salute to that. But I just need to know, was that scribbled or was it a freestyle?
It's always, I'm going to have to say it's a freestyle, but it's always, when you're a rapper, we've seen videos of Drake reading verses off his phone for a freestyle. We've seen,
Yeah.
Artists do stuff. When you go on with Rosenberg and Ebro in the morning, how prepared can you be for that? I thought I was going on for one thing to discuss the TV show, and they put on a beat. So how prepared can I be for a beat that they chose to put on? All I had to do is do what I do and go in and deliver, and it's just they put on that track, and I felt a certain kind of way, and I felt that I had to say what I had to say, and people responded to it like, okay, she went in and murdered that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that all of those lines I had never thought about or maybe wrote it down for another song, but putting it together on the moment and on the spot, that's the most of a freestyle that I can give anybody. I'm not a battle rapper. I'm not finna go in there and looking at somebody start diss rapping, but how they didn't send me that beat and I was prepared to go in and spit that record for them at that time. It was completely spontaneous.
That's what's
So
up.
no one can take that credibility away because And they know that I didn't know I was going in there to do that. And they know I didn't know what beat they was going to put on. And they know that I went in there and I shocked the hell out of them because I came through with what I came through with. And that's what it was.
Boom. To check this out, because here's what it is. It's kind of like a win-win situation, Hazel. Because if you freestyled it, you're probably one of the dopest female freestylists I've heard.
Right.
If you wrote it, you're a dope ass writer. So boom, it's a win-win situation. You feel me?
Right.
That's what's happening.
I mean, I think it's just like, you know, as Sugar Free said before, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. It's like, I've never recorded that verse. You can never find it on a track. I've actually gone back to listen to what I said in that verse that got people's attention because I don't even remember.
Man.
I was just going like, yo, this is what I got to say. I'm at Hot 97. Let's make it. And it just came out. And like I said, I shocked my own self that day because that pressure was on. Like with other platform and with those two individuals, you can fail. I've seen people get eaten alive on that show before.
Yes,
and for
indeed.
the fact that I delivered, it don't matter how I delivered it, I delivered. And it's like no one can take that credibility away because like we can go and ask them. They be like, she did not know she was coming on here to do that at all. It was at 8 in the morning. I had no clue. Just had wrapped the Love and Hip Hop reunion show. So it was just game on.
Yeah, you did that, though. You did that. I ain't even gonna front. So tell us, man, what's going on, man? Your album getting ready to drop. The video's blowing up.
Video's taking off like crazy right now.
The video's dope. I ain't even gonna front.
I don't even know what happened with the video. Q from World Star, shout out to Q because he's the one that even took a chance on me for my first video, Valley Girl, and had put that up to even give me that first little outlet. And when I told him, when I come back around and I'm ready to go again, especially off the platform I came from, I must be sure to get in my first video. And he dropped it on Grammy Sunday, and I was nervous, like, oh, my God, everybody's going to the Grammys. They're going to watch. No one's going to see my video.
Yeah.
And before the Grammys was over, it was already at 1 million views.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then throughout this week, because it's only been out for a week, I think it's at 3.5 million views on World Star already, and I've seen a ton of outlets pick it up. I saw VH1. They hit me and said, Hazel, the video is breaking the server right now. We got over 36,000 likes on Facebook. We don't even get those numbers on when we put the show up, and your video is going crazy on our server right now. And it's like, wow, these people are actually like, even if they hate and they still watching. And so I'm still trying to take all that in because this was just a viral that I took the time to shoot, put my money involved in it. You saw Girl Code Inc. in the beginning of it because I own everything that I do. I don't have no label. I don't have nobody behind me, you know, paying for the stuff that I do. It's all out of my own pocket, out of my hard paycheck. And, I mean, I'm sitting over here like, I'm at 3.5 million views in a week, and I ain't got no budget, no platform. I didn't pay for the video to go up. I didn't pay for any views. This is just what the people are looking at, and it's still shocking to me right now. Like, I still can't believe it.
So any show dates, tour? Well, you getting ready to start filming, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely getting prepared for season 2 right now. So, you know, that's about to start real soon. And in the meantime, I have a show in New York next week. Then I have a whole Bay Area takeover the following weekend. And then, you know, back to work because, you know, getting ready for this show, got to make sure hair's on point, you know, wardrobe's on point, making sure that I come back right for season 2 and show these fans how I've grown from season 1 and still give them the most honest and real Hazel that I can be and not come on like completely jaded and scarred from doing it the first time.
You know what?
And still just being honest about my life.
I'm going to keep it 100. Hey, you know what I hated about season 1? You were not delusional.
Thank you.
Why is everyone using this word? The nigga's scandalous. He got a bunch of bitches. He had a real one, and she wanted to know what the hell was going on. It's that simple.
That was it. It was simple. And by the end of the season, I think my name slightly got cleared because everything that I was assuming that was going on came to pass. Like, God really had covered me and protected me because I was like, these people really going to think I'm out here chasing this little nigga around for this whole season when you got to understand the cameras aren't with us 24/7, and you got to understand people have asked was I a victim of editing, and I say no. It's just that when they're putting the stories together, things get left out. We shot tons of scenes that never made TV, and there were certain things that were left out. So the story that has to be presented to the world might not have been the full story. But what came out by the end of the season was that I wasn't crazy. I wasn't delusional.
No.
I had some backstabbing bitches in my circle who would do anything to get to the top. And this one dude was a fraud, and he was fake, and he was foul, and he played everybody. And at the end of the day, we all see how that played out. At the end of that, and Hazel is on top, and I feel like I'm slightly winning these days.
Winning. Check this out. Here we go. With you being, not necessarily in the credits of creating the show, however, we know how big of a role you have in the show. Why you bring them chicks on, man, or you had no clue they was getting ready to act like that?
Man, I mean, people understand. Me and H.E.R, we were real friends. Like, we had a real sisterhood. We've been rocking since 2007, 2008 together. So I didn't know that because when we first thought about the show, I was never even trying to be on the show or be a part of it. It was more something that H.E.R was already involved in because she was in New York and she was in L.A., and she needed something to do. So it never really was about me. Like, I'm a selfless individual, and I just wanted to see my sister, get her platform to get heard. So when it came to the part, well, actually, Hazel is connected to all of these people, and, she, brought this, kind of to pass. It would only be right if she had an instrumental part in here. I had no clue that it was going to go bad and that fame monster would hit everybody the way it did.
Right.
It didn't hit me, and it still hasn't hit me. I'm way too humble of a person to know that I'm just a human trying to make it in this world like everybody else. So I didn't, had no idea that people would do whatever it took to get that extra 5 minutes. And now that I know that, I'll definitely hold myself differently this season, because now I'm just going to be watching over my back because I don't know what anybody's going to do. I didn't go in there into the show with any intentions, negative or anything to slander anybody, to disrespect anybody, to, make anybody look crazy. But, I mean, I guess people, do what they got to do to get to the top. And if that's hurting people they love and care about and call friends, and I guess that's how those kind of people will do. And I'm thankful that this showed me that those people shouldn't be in my life anymore, actually. So it's cool.
It's crazy because you said you didn't get the bug, but you got to think you've had success way before Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
So you are who you are. You're just a humble chick. You grind. You do your thing. Love me or hate me. It's that simple. What's gonna be the outcome? Can you give up anything on this season?
I mean, well, we haven't even started this season. Like, they keep everything so hush-hush. So, each person is their own person. But I definitely know that this go-around, I feel like, due to my work in the off-season and then following my story in the off-season, I haven't stopped.
Right.
You ain't stopped seeing Hazel in the press, in the media, whether it's who I'm with or what I'm doing, that I have upped my own value due to my own my own work ethic. So therefore, I feel like my story has to be told differently this time around, because it wasn't until that Hot 97 interview that people got to know that I wasn't the delusional, crazy, dumb chick running around L.A. They got to see, like, oh, this chick is college educated. She's graduated.
Yes.
She has these accolades under her belt.
Yes.
She didn't. I wasn't desperate. That would be the best word. I wasn't desperate to be on the show, nor desperate to have camera time or to seek fame off of it. So there's just certain things that I'm not going to sacrifice from, to be a part of it. And going into season 2, I'm definitely going to have my story told a little bit more the way that I want it told, so that the people can really get to see who I am, because I don't think they got all the way accurate picture from season 1.
Boom. Since you were talking about who you be with on the off season, what's up with Cat Williams?
Yikes. Yeah, he's a great man. he's not what he's made out to be all the time as well in the media. We know that he's a brilliant comedic, he's a great actor.
Yes.
He's a genius, and anything that I take away and would say about Cat Williams is that man is about his business, and he has definitely influenced me on a higher level how to handle my business. Getting to see somebody on his level and as great as he is handle his stuff on a day-to-day basis and run his career has definitely inspired me to take things into my own hands in a different way and to learn my own value. And right now, he's not, he got bit by a spider and he's been under the weather. And right now all I do is we wish him a speedy recovery so he can get back to getting on these stages and selling out these arenas and giving the people what they need from him. So, that's Cat.
That's what's up.
And I got Cat's back.
Okay.
And Cat's my third eye, so watch out.
Boom. Boom. See, I was gonna ask you, it was like, why you let Young Berg stay around for a second season? Because he's really not that interesting. That's Joe Black's opinion for the listeners.
I think VH1 had put out a thing saying, and the reunion, when I had watched it, that he wasn't going to be affiliated anymore due to the allegations that had come off camera with him. So I haven't really heard any news about Young Berg coming back for a season 2 just due to what the network had aired at that time. So, you guys might be relieved of having to see him on the show. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are y'all cool now, or is it still, I don't fuck with you?
I don't fuck with you.
Okay.
I don't fuck with you.
I had to drop that.
There's no need. You disrespected me on so many levels as being someone that was supposed to be my friend and that we went into this process together with, and me and him both know the real story. And I've actually seen some recent interviews where he's opened up a little bit more, and I got love for Hazel and it went like this and that, and trying to clean a couple things up, but it's too late, because what you let them millions of viewers watch every week is the opinion that they got of me due to how you acted. And even though I can have a forgiving heart, because that's what God would want me to have, doesn't mean that you would ever be allowed to be in my presence again. No, sir.
There you go. Hazel E is in the building on High End Radio.
Yes.
We appreciate your time, Hazel.
For sure. What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Hazel E from Love and Hip Hop, and you listening to High End Radio. Let's make it.